Stop the clock so we can slow it down. It's time we find our way to a higher ground. All my love is waiting for you to make a move. Stop ignoring boys' faces and get behind the groove. Cause the way you walk and the way you stare, never mind my tears. Man, I think I'm about to get slow. Maybe wanna lose control. Can't breathe tonight. I had to own the line. Set fire and burn it bright. Take your flight and hold tight. Oh boy, you know my time, my left, not giving it up. Oh boy, you know you're all in the way, boy. Oh boy, you know my time, my left, not giving it. He's gone wrong, yeah, gone on and glow up. Oh boy, you know my time, my left, not giving it up. Oh boy, you know you're all in the way, boy. Oh boy, you know my time, my left, not giving it. He's gone wrong, yeah, gone on and glow up. Can't breathe tonight. I have to own the line. Set fire and burn it bright. Take your flight and hold tight.
Yeah, it's the young born, never short of the perfect. Steady dripping sauce, young, keeping the tone wet. But buzzing with the honey, sitting king with a throne, yeah. I'll leave a body while your nigga ain't home, yeah. He fucked up, so I let him fuck nigga go. You did your big one, I'm still doing bigger dough. Played you the ball to score, but you dropped it. Wasn't in his plan, so of course my guy blocked
It's
it.
the way you walk and the way you stare, never mind my tears. Man, I think I'm about to get slow. Maybe wanna lose control. Oh, boy, you know my time, my left, not giving it up. Oh, boy, you know you're all in the way, boy. Oh, boy, you know my time, my left, not giving it. He's gone wrong, yeah, gone on and glow up. Oh, boy, you know my time, my left, not giving it up. Oh, boy, you know you're all in the way, boy. Oh, boy, you know my time, my left, not giving it. He's gone wrong, yeah, gone on and glow up.
I can't concentrate.
It's the pretty to Diddy kitty, I'm back up on the market. Picking a player pocket, I'm about to have him starving. Taking the loops, knocking boots, my body rocking. Never the two, I'm the one, so nigga stop it. Yeah, karma finna pay me stacks. I know your new trick, watching, so relay this back. Finna have it don't lock like a chokehold.
I don't got no time for a bro code.
Let me go, but I'm letting go. Let me go, but I'm letting go. Let me go, but I'm letting go. Let me go, but I'm letting go.
Yeah. And that's on Lil Mo.
Don't forget to get your Queen of the Ring merch at QOTRmerch.com.
Check out this clip from an all-new season of In the Mix with Twix, a live digital digest.
You know, I can see that girl, right? So I don't have no personal issues with T-Pain, but he stole from my friend, okay? He stole the song from Sarah that was in the band with me, okay? She had to sue him, all right? You know, I'm a dance off of T-Pain music in the club if Sarah not there. But if I'm talking about it, then I gotta be like, yeah, I'm not riding with T-Pain. No.
That's crazy.
What song did he steal from her? And did she win the lawsuit?
Right.
She got a couple of dollars. Yes, she did.
Ooh.
What song was it, Babs?
What song was it?
If I tell you that, I don't want to say something and I'm not correct.
Okay,
So
I got you.
I gotta hit Sarah to get the correct name, but that she got some money. And she did sue.
Damn,
and she
took
did
his ass
help
to
write
court.
that song. And he put another artist on it and act like that girl and him wrote that record. And then, we not like that. We not like that.
So let me ask you this. Sarah got paid. Did the judge say pay her, or did T-Pain say we ain't gonna take it to the judge? Let's handle this in our own, and I'll just write. Which one was it?
From what I could remember, Sarah telling me, the judge gave her that money.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh!
Sarah was working with T-Pain.
She was writing with him and working with him and stuff. Yeah.
Sarah in the band. You not in the band. Sarah in the band. Yo.
Back.
Oliver.
Be sure to watch In the Mix with Twix, a live digital digest every Monday and Thursday at 9. Hey you! Come here right quick. Facebook has done something it's never done before. They've given their creators the cheat code to get all the tea on who's following them. I'm finna show you how we are cracking the system. It's Oliver Twix here, back with another Twix tip on how to be a successful content creator on Facebook. Making money doing what you love as a creator is all about the customer. And in the digital space, it's the follower. I'm going to share some tips for reviewing your insights on professional dashboards, specifically followers. So get out your pen and paper. Head over to Professional Dashboard and click the Insights tab to access your insights. Today, we're going to only focus on follower insights. Now listen, you must have at least 100 followers that are not also your friends in order to learn more about your audience. These metrics here include net followers, which is the number of new followers minus the number of unfollows during a specified time period. Now, my personal fave is age and gender, which tells the estimated age and gender distribution across your audience. Listen, Professional Dashboard has all the steps on what it takes to be a monetized creator on Facebook. Now it's time you get to moving by creating content that gets you started on the right path. And I'll see you soon. Mwah.
Don't forget to get your Queen of the Ring merch at QOTRmerch.com.
Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go.
Ain't gon' get a line, but the twins better celebrate. Play it one time, you gon' play again and again. Come one, come all, come all this can. TWIS is the winner. Ha!
What's going on, everybody? It's Oliver Twix here, your nerd boy cutie, reporting for duty to do the Lord's work once again. And we are back in the classroom tonight, okay, for a special edition of In the Mix podcast, baby, where we were getting into the things of the mother-loving things. Okay, tonight we are joined right now by winner of America's Next Top Model Cycle 17, one of my favorite people in the entire world. Okay, girl, Angelea Preston.
Okay, y'all, I'm just eating this donut because we're about to get into it, okay? So I needed some sustenance. Before we get into the things of the things, okay?
Angelie, it's so good to see you, honey.
It's good to see you too. What the hell you been up to? First thing I'm about to ask you about where you at, because the background, what's going on?
Oh, I'm in Fort Lauderdale visiting my family.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you at your Your grandma and pop house?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Come on.
My Nana, okay, she will crucify you if she hear you say
Ooh.
grandma.
Okay, I'm sorry, Nana.
She don't play that. Don't call her no Nana. I mean, don't call her
Damn.
no grandma, no
Don't call no grandma.
grandma, no grandmommy. That Christian will take her exit out the door.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's
My
okay.
bad. Let me
It's
get
okay.
do over. Hold on.
No, you good. You good. I'm
Rewind
teasing
that
you.
back. What is this on my shirt? On my thing. What you been up to? We got a lot to talk
Nothing.
about.
We have so much to talk about and catch up on. We're supposed to be joined tonight by our girl, another one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, Babs. However, she sent us a text before we got on. I'm not going to reveal what she said, but y'all just send your prayers for our girl, Babs, and hopefully she can join us tonight. And I'll be texting her. If y'all see me pick up my phone, I'm checking in with her to see how she is doing and getting the updates. But yes, we have to catch up on so much. What you been up to? Come on, hair side to the side.
Okay. Fried light. Wait, was it fried died and laid to the side?
To the mother loving side.
So my work schedule just been crazy because I work like the graveyard shift, but the past few weeks I've been like working like double time because the third, can't even say anniversary because it's nothing to be happy about, but the third commemoration of the top shooting here was May 14th, was last Wednesday. So I was working on some stuff with the news station that I work for, trying to get a hold of one of the victims, her son, so he can come in and talk about, who it was Pearl Young's son, Damon. So he could talk about, who she was as a person and like her legacy. Because she was 77 when the guy came in and killed her and 10 other people in the Tops on Jefferson, which is a predominantly Black area. And he injured 3 others. So I was just working like overtime trying to like set that up and just coming to like realizing like, dang, it's been 3 years, like, so it's been a little real these past few weeks.
I saw you post the content from that segment, and of course the content is touching regarding subject matter, and we definitely send our prayers and well wishes to those families affected. It was so cool to see you in your newscaster journalistic element. I was like, look at Angelie over there in her little panel with her mic looking serious, like she finna say some shit.
Okay, because with my hair looking like this. Okay. It was weird being in the newsroom like at like a normal hour because when I'm there, it's not a lot of people. Oh, who that in the background?
My Nana, she talking about, is it safe for me to walk by? Yeah, girl. Show them hips. Look at her.
Hey, beautiful. Look at
they say, hey, beautiful. They say, hey. That's Miss Jackson, everybody.
Hey.
The air is fire.
It was just different being in the newsroom during the day because there's so many more people than when I work my shift. And then when I be working my shift, I'll be coming in scarf, sweats, no makeup, just gotta write this show versus during the day, hair done, makeup on fleek, outfit on. So it was different to be in the newsroom during the day, and also the lack of sleep. So
congratulations! I'd be so proud of you to see you in your element and doing your thing. I'd be so happy and so proud.
Thank you.
Of course,
I'm trying. Yeah. I mean, I'm doing it, but still trying.
Now, I want to get your opinion on this recent top model news that has been on the timeline, right? Let's jump right into it. So our girl Tyra Banks, everybody, according to the reports, has agreed to be interviewed on camera for a sit down regarding a documentary that Netflix is putting together for America's Next Top Model, which signals one of the first times the host and creator will be talking about the show in this way. Of course, Angelie the Top Model alum, one of the most prominent ones, of course, because of her story regarding Tyra Banks and what happened on the show. So before I give my thoughts on it, I want to know, Angelie, what do you think about Tyra Banks agreeing to sit down for this documentary that's going to be on Netflix? That's huge.
You know what? I'm excited, honestly, was because people was sending me, people was DMing me when it came out. The Entertainment Weekly have posted it. And so people was DMing me and they were like, what you think about this? Are you a part of this? And so I was like, let me go ahead and look, because Tyra being a part of the ANTM doc, like, she been on a little press tour. I noticed that the past few weeks, she been out here in the public media more. She been, doing, just been out there more. So I didn't think this was like a curveball for me, because I did not think that she would be a part of this one. But I'm excited to see where it goes, and like if they're gonna ask her about like the drama, like what type of doc is it gonna be. I kind of have ideas about what it may be, but I'm excited to watch, and I'm excited to see what she's gonna say. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited that Tyra is joining this doc, and it made me think, is this one of the docs I turned down or then opened the email to be a part of? I must admit, much to my detriment, sometimes in the height of my content regarding Top Model, and in years, the immediate years afterwards, I got so many emails from different people wanting to talk to me about my content and my journey, and just my relation to Top Model and stuff like that. And some of them I didn't take serious, some of them whatever. But when I saw this, I was like, this is going to be huge, because Tyra Banks rarely, first of all, Tyra Banks rarely does interviews. That's one. And then two, she's sitting down with one of the biggest platforms in the world, of course,
Netflix.
Which is Netflix, one of the biggest platforms. And she's talking about this controversial show, Top Model, that so many of us have been discussing for the longest. And so I'm really excited to see what she has to say. And I'm actually kind of proud of her for stepping into this arena, because I feel like with her maybe talking about some things directly, or at least showing I won't say care, but at least she's acknowledging conversation, and not from the safety net of an award show podium or a nice, curated interview, but she's sitting in a place, docu-style, where the truth is supposed to be told, and these never before heard truths and revelations are supposed to be revealed. So I'm proud of her that she's doing that, because I feel like she's finally taken the narrative by the horns. And it is kind of like what is it? Unarming the critics that like to speak so much negativity about her neglect as it relates to the conversation on Top Model and its controversy. I'm proud of her. Like, girl, yes. Don't let nobody spray you with your own tea. You get out there and you talk about it. Don't be a pussy. Step up, Tyra.
See, but I don't know if it's gonna be that type of doc though. Like, I can't see her sitting down and answering the hard questions. Like, okay, all the Top Model stuff that's been coming out, for the most part has been, the negative, the trauma. Mm-hmm. I can't see her, like, I don't know, being a part of something that's going to highlight all the negativity and the trauma. Because questions, the hard questions are gonna 716 period. The questions are going to be asked, and just for reference, I was asked to be a part of this. So
you were.
So that's why my jaw kind of like dropped a little bit, like gagged when I saw she was gonna be a part of it, because I was like, Tyra gonna be a part of this? Oh my God, a little fangirl in me is, because what people need to understand is that, yes, I talk about the trauma that happened or whatnot, but there was also good that came from the show. I also had good experiences, but you know, when I've been on these platforms talking about, you know, what happened to me, people, they, you know, I mean, y'all don't want to necessarily hear about the good shit. Y'all want to hear about the tea. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk about the tea. But it wasn't all bad. But yeah, but I'm excited to see what this is gonna be, and I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah. I'm excited to see too. And I was going back through my emails. I was like, "Ooh, child, was this one of the ones I ain't pay attention to?" And the funny
Yeah.
thing is, there's a because y'all, okay, a little tea behind the scenes, right? A lot of people are working on top model exposés, you know, and for a while, I know me and Angelie did it for a while, but a lot of the me and the girls who were like close enough to have those conversations, we were like, "Girl, did this producer reach out to you?" Or da 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 da. Like, it's a lot of people trying to get top model exposés and documentaries off the ground into the networks because they see that it's still a relevant conversation, which I would like to attribute to my classroom over here being a part of showing that top model is still a relevant conversation. Okay.
Talk about it.
Um, I don't even know where I was going with that. My brain just farted. What was I saying before that,
So
Angelie?
you were you were talking about a lot of people are trying to get on the
Yeah.
the ANTM expose.
Yeah. Y'all, so many people out here are trying to do top model exposés. Like, so many people. So many people, so many networks, so many production companies. It's crazy. And so it's really cool to see Netflix putting their foot into this conversation. It's really dope. I hope it wasn't one of the ones that I ignored and maybe I just didn't get contacted on, because I'm gonna be real kind of I don't even say salty. I am gonna be salty. I'm gonna be salty if this is one of the ones that I was invited on and I ain't answer my email. I'm like, ugh, why you not on it? Can I ask you that? Why you didn't?
I
You can't say.
mm-mm.
Okay. I can't promise that I'm gonna watch it. You know, I'm a little top modeled out, y'all. I'm top modeled out. You know, I did 150 plus chats talking about that show.
Yeah, that's a
Jesus.
lot.
Yes, and people still want me to talk about it. Like, they still to this day want me to talk about it. And I appreciate the love, but life got to move on.
I do know one of the top model girlies that I follow is a part of it. And she did not confirm with me, but around the same time when they began filming, you know, I was looking on her stories and what she was posting. And I was like, oh,
Do you care to share who was the girl?
I can't.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet and courteous.
But I feel like audiences will be like, damn, they went in the ANTM vault. You know, they went in and then they done got, where the hell she been at? So I'm excited to watch it, and it's Netflix. So then also what I'm thinking about is I've been hearing through the grapevine that that people are interested in rebooting Top Model. So it'll be interesting to see if Netflix is one of the companies that are maybe interested in, you know, taking Top Model and putting it on Netflix, because I know they did that with WWE and the wrestling show Raw's War, and it's just gonna be interesting to see if somebody picks it up again, if they reboot it again. What network is it going to go to? So I feel like that Tyra's very strategic about what she does. So, you know, she a businesswoman at the end of the day. So could we see ANTM on Netflix in the future? Who can say? Maybe.
Maybe.
Not.
But we're gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching.
I'm gonna be tuned the fuck in, honey.
Speaking about being tuned in this weekend, Lord, y'all filled my DMs and my apps with this. Okay. So over the weekend, T.S. Madison had a sit down with Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mother, on her new podcast, I believe Outlaws on iHeartMedia. And had a conversation with Tina. And in the clip that I was tagged in and that kept being sent to me was Madison talking about Cozy. And in the clip, she mentions her engineer, Oliver Twix, who put it together. And everybody just kept sending it to me. Sending it to me. I thought it was so cool. I thought it was cool. What do you think, Angelie? When you saw the whole clip, I didn't watch the whole clip. I probably honestly watched I watched it all through the first time, and then yeah.
So when you sent us the clip, I was like, oh boy. I was like, oh Lord, because I'm just thinking about all the drama that happened.
Here goes some shit.
Yup, a few months. I was like, oh my God, let me watch this first, and then let me react accordingly. But she definitely gave you your props. And it was very nice to see. And I was like, okay. She said, my then engineer, Oliver Twix. I said, oh, clock it, period. So I liked it. But also, I mean, since it seemed like y'all probably in a good place or whatnot.
So here's some tea.
Shit. Can you take that?
I saw her.
What? Tell me.
Wait. I saw her. No, she's not taking it down, girl. Girl, no. Girl, you keep asking for it to be taken down. No, it's not coming down, Angelie. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I saw her. I saw her on set of the Nene Leak show. When did I film when did we film our segments? In March. I saw her. So I was finishing my segment, and as I was walking off and getting demiked, she was in the waiting area to come on and film her segment. And I walked by her. I looked at her. I said, oh, is that BTS? And at first, she acted like she didn't want to talk. Like, she did this little thing. I said, girl, I'm not going to do this with you. Girl, come hug me. I walked past her security and her members of her team, her makeup guy, and Trent was there. So I was like, girl, give me a hug. What's going on with you? And she hugged me, and we spoke for a little bit. We spoke probably for like a minute, and then I went on and went on with my day. I'm grateful that she mentioned me in the chat with Tina. She is not obligated to. I never felt she had to mention my involvement or acknowledge my involvement. She was never required to, and I never required her to do so, nor did I like expect, oh, she better mention me. No. I'm grateful for whatever I get, honestly. And it was nice it was nice to hear and see, and I appreciate it. I was grateful for it. Yeah.
Was that the first time y'all had any interaction since, all the internet stuff?
We had text a little bit here and there via text, but that was our first time seeing each other in a long time. That was my first time seeing her in person in probably like 2 years. I think the last time I saw her in person was at the premiere of Hot Wing King in 2023. I think I saw her at Pretty Plates in 2023, or maybe it was 2024. Yeah, I think it was 2024. I saw her at Pretty Plates. But this year, 2025, was my first time seeing her. Definitely in a year. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. When I heard her tell the story, and then the way she said, I was like, well, this is what I literally said the same thing in the beginning. Each of them, but whatever. I'm glad that despite everything that happened, that she, because I feel like I know her, at least what I knew about her. And for her to do that in that space with that person and mention my name, some I won't say growth, but some healing had to take place, because I know her. She'd be like, girl, for whatever reason, and respectfully, she reserves that right to say whatever she wants to say on her platform. But I was grateful. I appreciate that she mentioned it.
It's been like my then engineer, and then not even said your name, and then just kept that shit moving.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was dope.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. The engineer part made me laugh. I was like, oh, I was the engineer.
Well,
my titles changed depending on who tells us.
What was your title?
I was the assistant. I was the videographer. I was I was just this. I was just no. I mean, honestly, if the term I give myself, I was her content creator. I never did no assistant work. Like I ain't never really been nobody assistant. Homie, don't play that a little bit. No Tina Shay. I'll assist you in your content, but baby, I ain't holding no bags or answering no emails like that, talking about what you want in your rider. I ain't doing none of that. I ain't never did none of that. I create content, digital media.
Or how you want your Chipotle order.
No, baby, I'm not getting into all that. And if I'm asking you how you want your Chipotle order, I'm adding mine to the cart too. You know what I'm saying? But no, I would say I was her content creator. You know, I handled all things digital. You know, I created, edited, stuff like that. But I did chuckle when I heard engineer. I did chuckle. It made me laugh. I was like, oh, well, let me add that to my resume. Engineer.
Okay, engineer, period.
Who put it together? No, I appreciated it. I thought it was dope. And shout out to her. I just did like a quick little look. I didn't even put the picture up. Look at me. I'm so sorry, y'all. I just did a quick little look, and I saw that she has a new podcast on iHeartMedia. And I must tell you, immediately in my heart, I was like, oh my God, that is so dope for her. Congratulations. Like, I know
who got the who podcast is this? Is this
it's Madison. It's Madison's. Yeah, it's her podcast. It's with iHeartMedia and it's called Outlaws. I was like, oh my God, that is so cool. Because I know it's always been her dream to be a national, international star in the realms of like commentary and talking and hosting and stuff like that. And I was really happy for her. I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Good for her. No, for real. I got beef with carbs and taxes. That's who I be having my beefs with.
Carbs, not the diet.
Baby, listen, the bread.
Not trying to get on that Ozempic.
Listen, Dr. Jackie was trying to get me to do it. I told her no, girl, but I may need to call her and say I'm sorry to see if I can get a okay. I don't even know where I was going. I'm just gonna wrap it up by saying I was happy to see her doing her thing and operating in the spaces that I know she's always wanted to be in. I thought that was really cool. I was like, go ahead, girl. You better do your little thing.
Why is it called Outlaws? Is it just her at the helm? Or
you asking me too many questions that I don't even know the answer to give you, baby. I literally just looked at it before we got on live because somebody had wrote back at me and was like, because I said Tina Knowles podcast because I saw it.
I thought it was Tina's podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. But someone corrected me and said it was her, so I went and did the research, and I was like, "Oh, yeah!" I saw the moniker and the thingy. I was like, "Oh my God, that's so cool! Good for her! Good for her!"
Out.
I know that's right. The Outlaws, baby, Outlaws. Now listen, coming in, y'all. So Angelie, you ready? Because our friend just. Everybody.
She going through it. Is she coming on?
Everybody. Stop what you doing right now. If I catch you looking at anything else, it's like a runaway slave.
Not a runaway slave, child.
Listen, come into the classroom, everybody. One of my favorite people in the entire world, reality TV icon and living legend, okay? Former member of Diddy's, The Van from NTV's Making the Van. Everybody, give it up for the queen of the ring, Babs Bunny, bitch.
Period. Energy. Come on, sis. Yes. Hold up. Why you do the
Babs, we can't hear you.
Babs. You muted.
You muted, Babs. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Bam.
There you go. Yes, you look good, bitch.
Listen, bitch, Diddy sent the bee to come sting me, bitch. Okay? I'm over here patched up. Everything is Diddy's fault today. Everything is Diddy's fault today.
Babs, what happened? Babs, what happened?
So good.
You look good.
Yes.
Thank you. Listen, I was setting up to come outside because I got company at the house and I wanted to smoke because there's children in the house. So I said, I'm gonna go outside. I went to plug up the ring and the Diddy bee said, no, you not.
You want to rumble with the bee?
My arm is swollen. I don't know if you where's the camera?
Oh, we can't see. Hold on.
Can't really see it. It's so swollen.
It's a little red.
Yo,
yeah,
it's crazy. Red. It's bad.
Did you get the stinger out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Babs, you remember when I first interviewed you for Making the Bed? It was a whole bee trying to attack you then. What's in your blood? What you doing?
Honey.
It's this area. You see, I'm by the brick wall again. It's the same area.
I'm so happy to see the both of you here. Oh my God. The gang is back together. I'm so happy. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna waste no time. We're gonna keep this train going. Okay, y'all. So y'all gonna see what I'm doing. Everybody, y'all gonna see what I'm doing. Just hold on. So last week I had the opportunity to speak with a woman by the name of Quatita Dean, okay, who professes to be a spiritual advisor in the realms of mediumship, right? We know what mediumship is, someone who claims to hear from the other side regarding ongoings and energies and future events and all that other stuff, right? And during my chat with Quatita Dean, the governess, she revealed after I questioned her what was her most shocking reading. She said, and I quote, I'm also paraphrasing, but I'm quoting, and I posted this segment on my YouTube channel for the sole purpose of having a place for you guys to go reference immediately what we are discussing. However, she mentioned that she had a reading with Naya Rivera's spirit. And during said reading, it was revealed to her that former First Lady Michelle Obama was a trans woman.
Why the hell? Hold up. First of all, why? First of all,
hold on. Before the first of all come, let me get it all out. She said that Naya Rivera's spirit in the session told her that Michelle Obama was born a male. On top of, she also had a meeting with Kim Porter's spirit where it was revealed that she was unalived intentionally by someone. Yeah. And so what's y'all reactions?
So was Naya's related to Michelle? Like, how she know?
That's it's so random. Like, why is Naya Rivera's spirit, out of all the things that she could be relaying, I mean, she got a baby that she done left on this earth, you know, she got a sister, family, all that shit. Why the hell is her first thing in her spirit form talking about, you know, the first lady, she's trans. Make it make sense.
That's the whisper. Oh my God.
Like, out of all the things Naya Rivera could be saying from the grave, why is she saying that information?
Listen, this been like some conspiracy going on for a while. I had a whole back and forth with Fred from the band about 3 days ago about this. He telling me that Michelle Obama is trans and that them kids don't look like her and those not her kids. There's no pictures of her nowhere pregnant. And I said, well, who's this little girl? I started bringing up pictures of Michelle when she was a kid. There's so many pictures of her as a little girl. And he's like, oh, that's AI.
It's a lot of, and to your point, Babs, I feel like a lot of Trump supporters, they be saying that too, that Michelle Obama, our former first lady, okay, is trans, and she was born a man, she was born a male, you know, they call her Michael, which is very disrespectful, number
it
one.
Is.
And number two, why? Okay, how do I say this without sounding controversial? Because there's nothing wrong with being trans man, trans woman.
Of course not.
But
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, let's make that clear.
Nothing.
But the way the people who are coming at the former first lady, they're taking it and making it seem like that is something bad. You know, they're coming at her womanhood. They're coming at who she was born as a person, which is not right. And shit, Naya Rivera catching strays because what the fuck?
I said, what Night Revera's spirit got to do with it? Now,
Right.
I don't want to ever be disrespectful. And in the moment, I was caught off guard and I didn't want to interrupt her or feel like I was challenging her beliefs. But I was, it was the Naya Rivera
That
spirit.
don't make no sense. You knew it ain't make no sense. Naya don't even know Michelle. Like,
This is so random. It's so random.
come on now.
And if I don't know if y'all saw, you saw my face. I was like, huh?
I wish I was up there because I would have been like, girl, come on, girl.
The only reason why I didn't challenge her was because, one, I really didn't want to keep it going about Michelle Obama being a trans woman. And this is not me saying that my guest is lying, right? Because I want to be respectful. What I am saying is I don't share that same sentiment or belief, and once I did more research, because I'd be kind of aloof, I didn't know that MAGA people were having this conversation about Michelle Obama. I didn't know. I was out of the loop.
Yeah.
Me interviewing this woman is what brought me into the conversation about people saying that. It is disrespectful, and it just felt uncomfortable to me in that moment, because I wanted to at least respect this woman and her beliefs. But then when asked about it, it went to that place. And I was like, well, okay. It sounds very far-fetched and a little unbelievable. And so what was the motivation behind it? I didn't quite get it. I don't believe Michelle Obama is a trans woman. And it is not saying Quatita is doing this, but in speaking to the MAGA conversation, the fact that people are using the trans conversation as a weapon to critique this woman's womanhood and identity and biology is disrespectful, extremely disrespectful, and it is hurtful,
Maybe a comedian came through and they cracked a joke and she got it mixed up. Maybe she was talking to like Bernie
Joan
Mac
Rivers
or Red Fox, like a comedian, and
or
they
Joan
were being
Rivers.
funny. Right, and then she got it, somehow it didn't come through right on her end, but it had to be a comedian that came through and she got it confused. That was it.
I'll say this too, like Malia looks just like Michelle, her daughter Malia Obama. Sasha, I feel like it's like a mix between the former president and the first lady. But also, just back to the point of like the disrespect, not only is it disrespectful to the former first lady, but it is disrespectful to the trans population as well, because you're putting trans people in the other category, and then when you're like the weaponization of trans people, right? You're making trans people feel like it's not okay to be trans, or like, okay, I'm gonna say Michelle Obama is a trans woman, like it's a bad thing, right? In this context, I mean, yeah, it is a bad thing, because that's not what she is, and you're attacking her identity, but you're using another group of people to do that, to serve whatever purpose it is that you have, so you're making this group of people feel like that they're othered, so that's just what I want to say about that.
I love how you put that, Angelie. In our chat, she also said that she spoke to Joan Rivers. She did say she spoke to Joan Rivers, and Joan Rivers is funny. She did say that.
See,
I think it would have been
that
more.
wasn't. See, I knew it was a comedian. I didn't even see the show.
That's
and
it.
I said she was talking to a comedian.
See,
and I'm pretty
right.
sure.
Babs, are you a medium?
I got the glow. I got the glow.
Come on, glow up.
Yeah, I do got the glow. But I believe, and Joan Rivers would be a Trump supporter. So there you go. Perfect. I knew it. See?
So she just got the wiring mixed up. She wasn't talking to Naya Rivera. She was talking to Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers came through and said, "Hey girl, this is Naya Rivera." and I'm going to tell you some tea about what's going on Earth, blah, blah, blah.
No, she was
That,
talking to Naya, but Jones was there. And so she was like, girl, let me get in there real quick. And she got in there and cracked a joke. And then they was laughing at it because, you know, the medium believed it. And then, you know, they fell back. And then she was talking to Naya again. That's what happened. I knew a comedian was in the building. I knew it.
You got to figure it out, man.
Yeah. Because they be wilding out up there. In heaven, it's just like down here. It's just, you know, they be wilding.
She also said that Kim Porter came through and said that she was unalived.
Yeah, you know, it was another medium that said that too, but we've been hearing that for a long time.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did
Y'all,
anybody come through that you knew?
she was trying to say my ex was coming through.
Quez,
She was trying to say Quez was coming through. Yeah.
did she say anything that made you believe that it was him, or was it not really clear?
If I'm being honest to what I felt, and I don't want to be offensive to anyone. However, a lot of the things she mentioned, I had posted in some way, some shape or form. Some of the things I was like, when she was saying it, I was like, I remember when I posted something similar to that. I remember when I posted something similar to that. I remember when I posted something similar to that. And again, I don't want to. This is not me discrediting her gifts or calling. I don't want to do that, especially when it comes to someone's spiritual beliefs. You know, I honestly back away from that just out of respect. But I do have to say what I believe in and what I agree with and what I don't, so people don't get it confused. In no way, shape, or form today can I say I believe that she's a trans woman. And while, you know, I was again trying to be respectful, I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling a little bit with believing that she was talking to Quez. Now, if we go to the Bible definitely acknowledges mediumship as a real thing. The Bible, in at least 3 different texts I've read, acknowledges it as a thing, right? Now, for the most part in the Bible, it talks about humans tapping into it as a form of humans tapping into it for whatever reason as a form of witchcraft, but it does acknowledge it as a thing, right? Like it doesn't say it's fake, it acknowledges it as a real thing. So yeah, girl, I don't know.
Have y'all ever been to a medium? Like, have
I
y'all ever?
have.
You and
Mm-hmm.
what
Definitely.
was y'all experiences with them? Like, do you
What was yours,
believe?
Bab?
Skeptical?
Mine was good. So first of all, I went to this medium named Richard. I will not say his last name because he don't cut me no checks. But he's lit, right? He's super lit. I was on the waiting list for like 11 months. And you're on the waiting list for a long time to see this guy. And let me just tell y'all, I'm not no cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. So, I was like, I'm going in there and like I'm gonna really see what he's talking about because it definitely cost me $300. And I was on the waiting list for almost a year to see this guy. And but first let me tell you the reason why I went to see him, because my ex went to see him first and she swore this guy was so legit, and I know she not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, so I went. And it was really good. It was really, really good. If he would cut me a check, I will plug him right now. Okay, so Richard, if you're watching this, cut the check. But he's dope. He's good. He's worth every dollar. My grandmother came through, totally believes him because he describes her to the T. This man, at that time, I didn't have any pictures of my grandmother up at that time to where this man didn't even know who I was. Let's make that clear. I didn't introduce myself as Babs. My ex was like, listen, my ex want to come see you. Her name is Lanez. She told him my real name, whatever. Unless he went and did all, but he's too booked and busy for all of that. Okay, and I totally believed it. One of my exes came through. I totally believed it, but that's not the first time my ex came through. I went to another medium, and my ex had came through before that, and I believed it. But I did go to a medium that I didn't believe. So I'm able to really I'm waiting to hear some descriptions, or they got to be describing people and stuff that just all right, you know what it is. But I'm scared of death. Because I don't know what's after it. I've always been scared of death. Like, I used to cry so much as a kid. Oh my God, why we got it? I would watch movies. When I seen them shoot Martin Luther King, I had a whole nervous breakdown watching that movie, okay? I'm still to this day, I don't know what's after this, and I'm terrified. And so I search for answers. That's why I go to mediums, and I'm like, listen, girl, tell me something that I already know is real. Like real. Because you can have faith. We got faith. But I want receipts, honey. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's it.
Yeah. I've had a session with a medium, sessions with a medium by the name of Lakara with the Gift, who's in Atlanta. She goes to the same church that I do. And I've talked to her for years, and there's been a lot of instances between her and I where she said things. I was like, girl, how you know that? I talked to a medium that had years ago. He's passed on now. But he was like spot on with a lot of stuff. And I never met this guy in person. He's never met me. And he's spot on it. Even like years after that, there would be things that he said that, and I recorded our session so I could go back. I would go back to it, and I was like, he did say this, he said this. So yeah, it's a believable. It's believable, you know, like it's very believable. And again, Christianity acknowledges it, and so I acknowledge it too. However, in going back to Quatita, when she mentioned the whole Naya Rivera and the Kim Porter and the Michelle Obama about it, just what she said kind of made it hard for me in that moment to continue to be like, she, you know, she on to something. So I was like, ain't no way. Like, it just ain't no way. It just ain't no way. Yeah. And she said it with her full chest. I was like, ooh.
She should have just stuck with Joan Rivers, because that would have been, because Joan Rivers be talking shit about everybody, and she doesn't give no fucks.
I told you it was Joan. She just got it confused. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. She just got it mixed up. Sometimes, you know, we always get things mixed up. We don't got the powers they got on the other side. So, you know, she just got things mixed up. That's it.
Is she from the city? The girl, what's her name?
Quatita. I do not remember too much about my guest.
Quatita, that is a name.
Ain't that's a name? The
that
governess.
Is a name.
That's a name. Quatita Dean.
Quatita Dean. That sounds like she could cook, honey.
Bitch. Okay. Yeah, child. Enough about Quatita. Y'all, the time has finally come.
Yo, this is crazy. These sketches is blowing mine. These sketches are diabolical.
It's crazy, Bab. Crazy.
This is diabolical.
The Diddy trial is finally here, guys. And we're only out of week 1, freshly into week 2 at the time of this recording. And the things that have come out during this trial in week 1 has been, in the words of Babs, crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy. It's crazy out here. Listen to me. First of all, let me start this off by saying, shout out to my city, New York City. It is so lit. The Knicks are winning, and Diddy trial has begun. Okay, so if you are in New York City, the energy is insane. In the daytime, it's the trial, and then at night, it's the Knicks busting ass. So, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. We waiting to see what is going to happen with Diddy. They said this is going to be a 7 to 8 week trial. People are already saying they not proving racketeering. This is a domestic situation. The freak offs, like, wow, we're learning some things about Diddy that we didn't know. We knew Diddy was a freak, but we ain't know he was a Dina Howard freak. Like, he's a, you know, we ain't know he was a Rick James freak. We ain't know he was a super freak, a Rick James freak. We didn't know that. Okay, Diddy James, that's his name, Diddy James. Okay,
not Diddy James.
Diddy James.
Child.
I think. And let's walk through this. I first want to talk about the revelations that came out during this trial. I think the wildest one for me was the semen on the nipples. Like, what?
Why is we there? Because I was that is what I was gonna say too.
Hey, talk on it, Angelia.
So, baby, oh my God. So this is during the last week of the trial, the first week last week. It came out that, you know, child, oh my goodness. This is a lot because it's like every single day it's like, what the hell? Like, what? Really? So one of the sex workers, I believe this was Cassie testifying. One of the sex workers, she was engaging in the freak offs, and the sex worker finished, and Diddy was watching, and so she was instructed to take the the semen, the nuts,
juice,
the juice, the Diddy juice, and rub it on his nipples. And I was just like, huh? What?
It rubs the lotion on its skin.
That's crazy. This whole thing is fucking crazy. But I think about that.
I done seen all of this stuff on Pornhub before. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like,
wait, you talking about the act?
The acts, not him.
I was like, wait, what?
Wait, there's a video. Hold on.
It's girl. It's everything you could listen. It goes down on them sites. It's any and everything that you could think of. This is listen. If you about that life, then you already know. It's just when you just hear it, I think just hearing it, because people do their thing behind closed doors. Right?
Yeah, and ain't nothing wrong with it.
You know what I mean?
As long as you ain't hurting nobody.
We've been hearing about golden showers. Come on now. We already know that. This is nothing new. People watching people sleep with each other, orgies and all of that stuff. This is nothing new, right? So as far as that is concerned, I think, everybody is just like, oh my God, like, because you in people's bedroom, and I don't really, I'm still trying to see where does that play, because we got so much time left. I'm trying to see how they're gonna tie all of that in, because at first I didn't understand, like, why are they telling about the acts, like, actually, like, these are detailed things, and I'm like, wow, like, girl, Cassie, Cassie had a story to tell.
Yeah. Cassie, y'all. I want to talk about Cassie. So I first want to start this off by saying that I am on her side. I am on her side. I am on this woman's side. I'm on her side. However, the way Diddy's team was able to create so much reasonable doubt just off of the things that she was admitting to and she was testifying. While I do not stand on that side of the Boosies who are like, this is, everything that they say, I don't stand on that side. However, I have to be fair in saying that I understand why some people say she was complicit. I understand why they say that. Based off the text messages, based off some of the things she admitted to saying and doing, I understand why some people struggle with the idea that she was she was this victim who was being coerced to doing this. I don't agree with that. However, based off what I heard from the reports from the first week, I understand why they take that stance. What about y'all? What say y'all about this? Because Cassie's testimony was like an anticipated thing, and we finally got it.
It was a DV situation. So in those situations, it's all kinds of things that go on. I feel like people making judgment, they are not psychiatrists. They don't specialize in domestic violence survivors and victims to really judge on, oh, well, why did she stay? Like, listen, I could go in right now, but I'm afraid that if I'm afraid, right? So let me just say, not of Diddy, let me make that clear, of y'all, but let me just say this, right? we're not psychiatrists. I'm not here to judge her mental state on why she stayed with him and why she was texting him and telling him she loved him and she want to be with him. All I could say is, for me, I definitely have said things that I didn't mean before to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've definitely done things in
Mm-hmm.
relationships that I did not want to do,
Yeah.
but I did it because it was going to make the other person happy. And I might not have necessarily told them that I didn't want to do it, So that's just coming from me. I'm not in Cassie's head. I don't know. And I ain't no psychiatrist. So it's hard for me. I cannot even make a judgment call on why she stayed, why she texted him and said, I'm with all the freak offs, what's going on. I'm trying to smash what's going down. You feel me? I don't know. But things happen that way.
I love how you put that, Babs. That was so
Yeah.
good. Angelie, what say you about this?
So everybody, people got their opinions, whatnot. We all got our opinions. And people have been saying, "Oh, why is the prosecution? This is not a DV case. This is not a domestic violence case. They're focusing too much on the abuse, right? This is supposed to be a RICO case. They're building to that, and a part of all this is
say it again, Angelie. What they doing?
They're building to that. Okay, they're showing a pattern of deception, coercion. I think people need to understand, and I don't fully understand the context of RICO and racketeering, but I do understand what the prosecution is trying to do.
Oh yes, and they doing it.
Right, and you gotta talk about the coercion. You gotta talk about the abuse. You gotta talk about the fact that he locked her into a 10-album deal. She only put out one album. She put out one album. What does that tell you? It was about control. He got her when she was young, okay? She testified, that like she did a lot of things the first time because when she was in a relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? Like all this, Cassie was complicit. He controlled every aspect of her life.
Mm-hmm.
You signed a 10-album deal and then you only put out one album with this man. Where's she gonna go? He's so powerful. I need everyone to think back about who Diddy was years ago, right? Even before this hit the fan. One of the most powerful moguls in the industry. Everybody wanted to be associated with him. Everybody, you recognize how powerful he was. Now just imagine you are Cassie, right? And you are dealing with this abuse, day to day, doing these freak offs, saying stuff in text messages that you don't agree with, but saying it because you want to please him, right? And all you wanted to do was have a career. But this man has got you in a 10-album deal, one album out. He controls what you do, where you go. He's paying your bills. She knows, she's probably thinking, if I leave this man, he's so connected in the industry, I don't have anything. No one's going to want to work with me. I'm going to be blacklisted. I'm going to be blackballed. That taste of success that I had is done. You know what I'm saying? So I think people need to look at it like that. We were never going to know what she been through. That's her. That's what she. That's her. But I think people need to have a little bit of understanding about how much control this man had over her and his other artists, over a lot of people in his life. When you have that much money and that much power, it is scary. It's scary to people. So, people are like, oh, she's complicit. And no, she's a victim. Definitely a victim. Everything he did to her, he did that shit. Yes. Yeah, she stayed. I mean, hello. It's a lot. It's I don't know. It just makes
people are talking that never been. Listen, if this is not your life, this is not your world. You really not gonna understand.
You're not gonna understand
I
it.
don't feel no type of way about them not understanding it because I get it. If I'm not in your world, I wouldn't understand it. This people that you never even been around a billionaire before. You know what I'm saying? Let alone this person is your man, it's your boo. Like, y'all wilding, acting like, you know how many people I had tell me they wouldn't walk for cheesecake? You know what I mean? People told me, oh, I wouldn't have walked for that cheesecake. I wouldn't have walked for that cheesecake. But none of these people rapped. None of these people had a major deal before. None of these people was in my shoes. But they all telling me that they wouldn't walk for cheesecake. And I beg to differ. I beg to differ. But let me make this clear. I don't feel like it's right that I had to walk for cheesecake. I don't feel that, but I did it. Okay? So I did it because I was told, go watch, you could go look, it's right there. Pull it up on the tube. And you'll see what he told me when I started crying. Cause y'all gotta remember, I knew where Junior's was at. I'm from New York City. Nobody else knows where it's at. So everybody else keep keying, oh yeah, all right. No, this is a walk.
This is a walk we finna
This
do.
is a
Y'all don't
walk.
understand.
I
We the
know
Israelites.
exactly where this is at, okay? It's about
Yeah.
to go down. So at the end of the day, I did it crying and all, popping shit and all of that, talking big shit, walking across that bridge.
I'm going to be paying attention to this case because I'm so curious to see what gets decided or the judge's comments and the jury's comments on how they classify Cassie's involvement with Diddy, right? Because and I've been in situations, right, where you're dating someone with money and they're in power. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was hearing Cassie's testimony, I'm not in the space to really get into all of it. I was like, yo, wait,
Mm-hmm.
yo.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I said, Oliver, if they never been in it, they not gonna
You don't
understand.
understand. Yes.
They
And let me
not.
tell y'all something. I ain't been around no billionaires yet. I don't think so. But I have been around some rich people that got money, more money than a lot of us do. And I will tell you, a lot of this stuff we are hearing in the Diddy case sounds crazy, but I have seen it. I've seen it with my own two eyes. And people who have money, they think they have power. And to a certain extent, they do. And I won't say all of them, but a lot of them, like the Diddy's, develop a God complex. And they tap into these things and a lot of discernment and what's the word I want to use? A lot of the normal social cues go away. They do go away. Not I'm gonna back out of that. Going back to Cassie, I'm so curious to see how they're going to classify this because, of course, we're not a psychologist. There are things such as Stockholm syndrome, which is that's an actual thing, right? We're victims. We know about Stockholm syndrome. However, like the prosecution, Diddy's team, they're really driving home the fact that she was complicit. And by a lot of these texts where they were talking about she was jealous of Kim Porter and how she didn't want nobody else to be in that spot and how she was initiating some of the freak offs and stuff like that. I'm just so curious how and if they say she was still a victim and Diddy's still at fault, I'm so curious to see how they're going to ground that and land that into something logical and concrete. I'm just curious because I do believe that you can't be because I'm saying that because I've been in that position where you doing things for people and with people that you scared of because they got money and this is your career and this is your job and you in a situation, and you just got and all you thinking of is I got to get to the next step,
Yes, people don't understand too. This was a time before all this streaming, before everybody could create their own content. There really was gatekeepers, for real, for real. And at the end of the day, this was a man that could close any gate. Any gate, he could close it or he could open it. And so I think people is forgetting about the era. You know what I'm saying? The timing and how it was really gatekeeping was really real. Like, yeah.
That's
So
that's what I was trying to say. Like, Babs, you hit it like on the nose. Like, it took me a while to trying to get to that point, but that's what I was trying to say. Like, that a gatekeeper, like I said, he had her in that 10 album deal. She only made one album. She testified on the stand that she had hundreds of songs. She wrote hundreds of songs, hundreds. Could you how big is that catalog? And we ain't hear none of them songs. It's about control. You want to keep her down, keep her trained, so she continues to do all these things that you want her to do because you know she needs you. She needs you to live. She needs you to survive. You're paying her bills. She don't have a career without you. If she leaves you, you're going to put an end to whatever career that she could have had because nobody's going to want to touch her because you are Puff Daddy. You are Diddy Love. You're this mogul who's worth millions and millions and millions of dollars and has millions of dollars and tons of connections. Could y'all imagine she about to give birth and she on the stand and she's reliving this trauma. She talked about trauma therapy that she went through, essentially reliving the trauma therapy to get through with the trauma she experienced, right? I never heard of no shit like this. But wherever she was, they made her relive that trauma so she can get through it, so she can try to get past it. And you are on the stand, you about to give birth. So you're pregnant, you're already emotional. Everybody's watching. Your husband is in the courtroom. And
shout out to him.
Yes. And he's probably, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's hearing some things for the first time. Maybe he didn't know the full.
No, he spoke out. He's in full support of Cassie. He's
mhm.
100% on her team.
Yeah, he was like he wasn't hurt. He felt like he was proud of her for
Yeah.
being able to do that. I feel like Cassie is smart enough to have told him, look, this is about to go down. They had enough time with each other. He know what it's hitting for. And he ain't going nowhere.
And then you know what else is the crazy part is that, when he before all this came, before the charges and the feds, when she had filed that lawsuit and then he paid her off, he paid her that $20 million, and he did that to keep her quiet. And that didn't even work because guess what? Everybody, that's the reason why the feds decided to look into him, So now everybody, your plan backfired to keep her quiet. You pay her the $20 million, and look, she's on the stand still testifying against you. You're in what, the Holden Center in Brooklyn? What is that? The MD Metropolitan? You're there, on trial. You took a plea deal, and I'm curious. I've been trying to find out what this plea deal was. He didn't take a plea deal, but they wanted him to take a plea deal. He said no. So I wanna know, and I've been trying to find this on the internet, but I can't find it. What was in that plea deal? Because they offered Diddy a plea deal, and he said no. He gonna take it to trial.
Diddy got too much money. If I got all that money, I'm taking it to trial too. I'm gonna get the dream team. I'm not, listen, I am the gingerbread man. Catch me if you can. You feel me? You gonna do your job. I'm not making it easy for you.
I wonder what the plea deal was, though. Like how much time was they trying to give him versus the time?
Saying if he believes he's not guilty, if he really believes he is not guilty, then this is probably why he's fighting.
Yo, and I believe Diddy believes he's not guilty.
Yeah.
And again, that's why I'm so curious to see how they're going to land on a lot of things that have been said. Because again, and I want to reiterate, because I am playing devil's advocate, but I don't want no one to ever confuse it with I believe Diddy, I'm siding with Diddy, and I think Cat. No. However, I have to be honest and say what the things popped up in my head as I'm hearing what's going on. Again, by the appearance of those text messages, Cassie complied, she initiated, she stayed, she came back. I'm just so curious to see how they're gonna land, because from the other side, I can again see why a Boosie is like, this ain't nothing. This is a lover's quarrel. You know what I'm saying? Like, wasn't nobody being chained up or nothing like that. I don't agree with it, but I understand why they say that. I have to be honest and say I understand.
We live in a society where you can't where if you are testifying about being battered and being abused, people they don't believe you. They make excuses. You know, and I love Boosie. Like, he be saying some crazy shit, and I think that's part of the reason why a lot of people love him and fuck with him. I love him as an artist. But he's wrong in saying this because, like, it's such a male dominated world. Like, and it's just like, she is on the stand. There's photos, there's video of him beating her ass, you know, as she was trying to leave one of these freak offs. And you're excusing this as a lover's quarrel. Like, what? Like, she was being abused. Like,
Did you see
beat.
the pictures today?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Lip busted, bruises on her body. You can't
Eyebrow
excuse-
busted.
yeah, eyebrow busted.
And you know when that split, somebody punched you.
Somebody
You
punched
can't
you.
excuse that. Like, you can't. Oh, that's a lover's quarrel. So everybody in the relationship is getting their ass beat. So that's what you getting. So Ike and Tina, that was a lover's quarrel. Ike beating Tina Turner ass that broke her nose several times. That's a lover's quarrel to you.
Come on,
that's
Angelie.
what you. That's what you think. That's what you think, because it's not. It's abuse. It's abuse, and you can't excuse abuse. And it's scary that a lot of people, not just him, think that way.
Yes.
And it's like, Cassie's not on trial. Cassie ain't did nothing wrong.
It's so scary.
And people are making it seem as though she is somehow the person to blame, and she's not a victim, and it's not right. And it pisses me off. It really makes me upset, because it's just like, y'all are seeing this from a fan perspective, from who you've painted this man to be, or because you maybe don't like her. It's just, I don't like it.
What also happened this week was Danny D. Kane, former member of Danny D. Kane and Diddy Dirty Money, Dawn Richard, entered the chat, and she began to share things about her time and what she saw. And I think the most shocking thing for me that I heard her say was that she heard Puff say that if anybody told anyone about what they saw, that someone can come up missing. I was like, oh. And Dawn is I don't necessarily agree with how people are reacting to Dawn's involvement with this. And there's been a lot of clips online of people outside of the courtroom, berating her and saying all types of things. And yeah.
They're talking about how she look. I've seen comments saying, "Oh, you ain't no Cassie. You know, you was happy to do whatever to be around Puff, and just degrading her."
What's your reaction back? Yeah, like what's your reaction to like how Dawn is being? Because I won't say you and Dawn are equal, but y'all are in the same type of position. You were on the show. You won. You worked with him. You had experiences with him. What was your reaction to seeing or hearing what she said and what she's going through right now, being a part of his trial?
I was like, that's a lot. And let me make it clear, I believe her. Right? I do believe her. They saying, "Oh, well, she got the story with the skillet mixed up." Even if she told 3 different skillet stories, guess what? The skillet was in all 3 of them stories, which makes me believe that something happened with the skillet. Okay? And so at the end of the day, I do believe her. And for whatever reason, people just like, "Oh, well, you was on a Love album and you was this and you was still speaking to him and you was still speaking to him." And once again, you wasn't there. You never been around somebody as powerful, as rich as this man who got your career in their hand. And also, as she said, she fears him because she doesn't watch Cassie get washed right in front of her. And so at the end of the day, if she, in her mind, she like, well, shit, if he gonna do his shorty like that, then how would he do me? And everybody ain't tough. Who know, do any of y'all know Dawn? Do she give tough girl? Do she give get off of her girl? I don't get that from Dawn. I don't get Get off her, get off her. What the you doing? Yo, you wildin'. I don't get that from her. No.
And I'm not gonna lie, especially if you hear somebody say somebody can come up missing.
That's a lot.
Sometimes you get in people's situations and you will go to help somebody and the person you trying to help will tell you to mind your business. I've seen it happen before. I've seen it happen. And so sometimes people be like, yo, I don't want anything to do with that. I've been in a situation where my friend, boyfriend was beating on her and I was like, yo, you wildin', and I jumped in and actually me and her was, beating his ass. And then like 2 weeks later, she was right back with him. And I was the outcast. I came around and now she acting weird and he acting weird. And so at the end of the day, I don't regret helping her, but a lot of times now I just be like, yo, I'm minding my business, B.
Yeah, I kind of have that same ideology too. I'm friends with a lot of women, and there's been instances with some of my female friends and their guy friends doing things that I don't necessarily agree with. But at the point at which you back over there with him the next day or the next week, it's really who am I to say anything if you come if you know like and see because you're in a place of you're in a situation you in a domestic situation where they say in those types of situations the mind is not right and you can make certain decisions that you probably wouldn't make and stay and do things that you probably wouldn't do. And like Bab said, I'm trying to help you, but you go back over there, then what am I to do? Like how do I respond other than not doing nothing, you know? Y'all,
I go back.
y'all get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had an intervention with one of my friends. I called the intervention. I called some of her friends that I didn't even like. She had 2 friends. I didn't even like the bitches, okay? And I got in contact with them because I was like, yo, my friend is wild. And this was over some chick that she was dealing with, and the chick was using her. She was abusing her, all kinds of stuff. And I felt so bad for my friend, and she wasn't trying to hear nothing I was saying. So I got about 4 of her friends and myself together, and we went and met. If you know New York City, we had that meeting at the Linden Diner, honey. Okay, we was at the Linden Diner. And I told her, I said, yo, let's go get something to eat. Let's go to the diner. She was like, all right. So we drive to the diner, and when she walking there, she see her friend. She like, oh, what's going on? Like all surprised or whatever. So I sit her down and then I tell her, like, listen, I brought this meeting together because something got to give. We all are concerned about you. And I'm going to tell you, at the end of this meeting, she said, I'm sorry, because we all was like, yo, if you don't leave a girl alone, we can't be your friends no more. Because that's how intervention goes, right? You're supposed to cut them out of everything. And she was like, yo, I love y'all, and I'm sorry I feel that way. But she straight up told me that she was desperate. And before she had got in this relationship, she was single for like 8 years. And I think that getting this relationship sparked something in her and these emotions that she just couldn't get away from. No matter how bad she was being treated, the little bit of good she had was enough. And so for her to tell her friends that she's desperate and that she's sorry that we feel this way, but okay, I guess y'all not gonna be my friends no more, right? And shout out to my friend, cause she ain't with that bird no more. Okay, she not with the bird no more. But she went through a lot. She went through a whole lot in that situation. And my point of the matter is, with all her friends sitting at the table telling her that we wasn't gonna rock with her no more, she still was right over there with Shorty.
Not to get back into it, but with you saying that, Babs, Angelie, I'm curious to hear what you have to say on this. With you saying that, going back to the Cassie situation, how does one make it possible to where it can land that the guy is in the wrong and the woman is a sole victim if you and I just shared situations where we experience women going back to it? And again, I'm not asking this because I believe them. I'm always intrigued with law and thought processes and that. So that's really why I'm kind of heavy on this question. How do you land that plane as a
That's
lawyer?
where the psychiatrists and the lawyers come in to answer
Okay,
those
got you.
questions. Yeah.
Got you.
That's where I'm stuck too, right? So I need the professional who know about all of that to break it down to me.
So everybody like Boosie need to shut the fuck up
Basically.
until the professionals come in and give
So
they
the
and give they
professionals
official.
come in and let us know what it's hitting for. They the ones with the degrees. They the
I
ones
like
that read
that.
all the books and studied and talked to all of these people. Like, come on. Let them rock out. If we talking about music, we the experts on music. Bootsy, we gonna let it fly. But you can't be giving those psychiatrists your opinion as if you were a psychiatrist. And sometimes, and you have the right. I'm gonna say this. Everybody have the right to their opinion. They do. And so I got a lot of opinions. Sometimes I keep it to myself because I'm not as brave as Boosie, right? But yeah, I just think that that was unnecessary, especially when we not even nowhere near midway of the trial, right?
Just week
So
one.
Nowhere near. They say it's supposed to wrap up in July, and we May. The second week of the trial. What is it? The second last week of the month of May. We still got June and July. For me, I want to talk about the Dawn testimony real quick
Let's get into it.
because the defense was poking holes in her testimony, trying to discredit her, and the skillet incident. Well, you said this. You said this. Well, remember, you didn't say that. And there were like things like that she had testified, and then the defense was like, well, and back in this day, you didn't say this. And she said, well, as time goes on, I remember more. And I think that's important to note because when people experience trauma, even if it doesn't, necessarily happen to them, but they're around it, they suppress it. And as this has come to light, she's probably suppressed a lot of the bad stuff that she saw to just, trying to, I got to get through it. So I got to put it in the back of my mind. But now, they calling you up and they need you to testify. And it's like, okay, let me sit down and let me take a breather and let me go back and remember what I saw, what happened. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
it's like there's like details that stuff that happened, like experiences that I've experienced, traumatic experiences, right, with being trafficked, and just a lot of other shit. And as time goes on, because I've suppressed it, because you don't want to think about it. But as time goes on, you start to, okay, damn, this did happen, or oh my God, like wait, I can't believe this happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So like,
you could do that within the relationship too. You could suppress
absolutely.
abuse, verbal and physical abuse within the relationship, and you will literally forget it until something triggers that.
Triggers it, yeah.
I've been in that situation where I've had, I'm like, okay, I forgive the person, we still together, and as time goes by, I don't even want to think of it, so it goes out my mind, and then later on something triggered it, and I'm like, wait a minute, and it's like, oh, I forgot about that. Like you totally, it's gone. It is gone until something triggers it and bring it back up.
Yep.
Y'all smart. I love how y'all just talked about that because y'all did y'all ate that. Y'all ate. Let me drop a. Gotta drop one for y'all.
Drop a bunny bomb.
Drop a bunny bomb.
Period.
Y'all ate that. And doing my job, okay, Babs. I gotta do my little job. You always ignore me. Was there anything?
Oh, not Oliver clocked you, Babs.
What? Y'all know I'm gonna do my
Go ahead,
job.
Oliver.
Y'all know I'm
What's
always do my
up?
job. I'm gonna ask the question maybe
Go
once or
ahead.
twice, and you can respond, and I'm gonna move on to the next thing. Was there anything that resonated with you, in Diddy's trial regarding things that have come out? You was like, yeah, I believe that because I saw this, or I witnessed something similar, I heard something similar.
So did y'all see Cassie ex best friend took the stand.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Bab said, next question.
Bab said, not today,
Okay, we're
bitch.
not doing this.
Not today.
Oliver, we got what, 6 more weeks, Oliver.
Yeah,
Let me breathe. Let me
I
breathe.
got-
We outside, Oliver. We outside. Trust me.
I got you. Listen, Babs, I want to say I got to ask you, but I'm gonna ask you.
I
I'm gonna
already
ask
know.
you. Yeah, you already know I'm gonna ask. You can always tell me shut up, like y'all go home, Roger. I'm gonna go home.
Not
I'll
go
be
home,
back.
Roger.
I'll be back, but I'm gonna go home.
Nixon 5.
Yo,
Period.
it's not funny. It's not funny. But I'm not gonna lie. I cackled, and I always cackle anytime this woman enters the chat with Diddy, because if there's somebody who's never gonna let Diddy rest,
it's Aubrey.
That Aubrey O'Day gonna tear Diddy up each and every time, and it's comical to me because she drags him rightfully so, because justice for Danny came. Honestly, still justice for Danny came.
Do y'all think she because I don't know if she said this or not, but do y'all think that she had a sexual relationship with him?
She did say she's always denied it. She's always said no, nothing ever happened. But that's Bab's bestie.
Shout out to my sister Aubrey O'Day. You already know the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all tap in to iHeartRadio. She got a podcast over there where she's covering the Diddy trial. So if you really want to know what Aubrey thinks and what she talking and how she feel about the situation, then go tap in with my good YT sis.
She said they said that she wasn't going.
YT sis is funny.
Not the YT. They said that she wasn't testifying. And what I thought, like I had to cackle at this because really nothing is funny about this trial. But we as a people, we be finding we gonna find the humor in almost anything, right? The people on the internet was saying, they poking holes in Dawn's testimony, but one person who always kept it 100 from day one was Aubrey. They ain't gonna find no holes in her testimony because she been saying everything she been saying since day one. So
right.
They call her to the stand. Her story ain't gonna change because her story ain't changed since the moment she spoke out against that man.
Yo,
I told her, I said, Aubrey, they want you, they calling for you. But Aubrey has not been subpoenaed to testify as of now, and so she will not be taking a stand. I don't want nobody looking for Aubrey after Dawn in this situation because she is not taking a stand as of now.
Shout out to Aubrey. I enjoy Aubrey. She's always been sweet to me since I started doing content on Diddy and making the band as it relates to her and everything. She's always been sweet. She will message me every now and then. She's always been sweet. Shout out to Aubrey, and I feel like Aubrey is an example of when you know what you know and you believe what you believe and you stand firm in it. Eventually, if you're right and it's true, it's gonna catch up, And shout out to Aubrey for being brave to do what a lot of people was afraid to do for years. Because Aubrey been on his tail for years, and of course there's been fluctuations of it, but she's always been very vocal about her sentiments as it relates to Diddy and her experiences. And so, just shout out to Aubrey for being brave.
What about the sex worker that was saying that he was Diddy's sex slave since 2018 and nobody believed him, and then it comes out that in testimony, I don't know if y'all seen it, but they had pictures of the sex workers and he was one of the people, but he got involved in, I think this is 2018 or some shit. He did something involving the Trump Tower or I don't know, and then they got him testifying and he was. The investigators were interviewing him and he was saying, I had sex with Cassie and Diddy at least 15 times. And, it was making its rounds on the internet and nobody was believing him because they was like, oh, he's crazy. Yeah. And come to find out, no, he was being truthful. And I guess there was a NDA. I think Diddy made him sign an NDA and it was $5 million or something. I don't know, some crazy amount where he couldn't talk about it. And then when that stuff happened with Trump, I forgot what it was. I can't remember, but it involves the Trump Tower or something like that. And they called his ass in and he start talking about, the freak offs back then. Obviously, they wasn't freak offs. We ain't know, but people was like, "Oh, he crazy. He don't know what he talking about." And bam, he one of the sex workers. Otto, I think his last name is, or something like that.
I remember when that came out, he was being interrogated and people thought he was violent. They was like, what? It just sounds so weird. Like, what do you mean you sleeping with Cassie and you sleeping with Diddy? It just sounds crazy. But now to hear all of this, yo, on another note, Young Miami, girl,
What's
why
going
you
on?
lie?
What she been saying? She been quiet. What's going on? What she
Young
said something?
Miami said she was lying about the PN situation.
Oh,
She
she
said she
said.
was just saying that. No.
I don't want to argue with no Florida girl.
I don't want to argue with Young Miami either. I'm just saying, like, if if my shorty said, yo, I pee on all my chicks, and then I'm like, well, I don't want to get peed on, but then I'm with them every day, all day, I don't know. I'm not.
Because if you remember how she rolled it out, she said it like she confessed it.
Yup.
And she doubled back and was like, "I'm joking." I think she said it just to see what people was gonna say, and then
Mm-hmm.
rewind it and erase it. My Young Miami been real quiet. I don't blame her.
She been quiet.
She been quiet. I
I
don't.
don't blame her either. Why? Listen.
You can't be attached to that. He hot. He too hot, and not in a good way. Hell no.
Mm, mm,
We are
mm.
in 2025, and we are talking about Diddy's trial. I want to show this picture, and Babs, I want to know what's the first thought that comes to your head.
Oh shit, that's a throwback.
The first thought that came to my head was, oh, look at my band members. That is the first thought that came to my head. And I had that good old ponytail too, honey.
Yo, listen, somebody sent me a TikTok the other day. Babs, I got to know. So when y'all did that Dave Chappelle skit, you know what I'm talking about? When Chappelle
Uh-huh.
show was popping, because I was watching it and I was just smiling from ear to ear because I was like, damn, like I can't believe like I know this woman. And like it was certain parts of the video where you was laughing, like just like trying to keep it together. But like
Uh-huh.
Dave Chappelle was just doing like just what he do, the funny shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see you laughing when you was recording that, doing that skit with your making the band members and with Dave Chappelle. Like how was that? Like
It was amazing. First of all, I got me and Dave, we smoked down, okay? We smoked down that day. And we spent a lot of it, 12 hours for that little bit that they showed, but it was all worth it. And just to know that I'm a part of the Dave Chappelle show, like it's fire to me. Like those moments are definitely fire to me and will always, mean something to me. And we was at the band. The band was a big deal, man. People better listen, man.
The
Listen.
band was
it
a
was a big
big
deal. Hell yeah.
deal. Let's not ever make it a mistake to think they were not. The band was a huge thing because
Yes.
I was the people they were selling this to. The
Yes.
band was
Everybody
huge.
everybody was tuned the fuck in. Everybody was tuned in. And this was the early days of internet. It wasn't no motherfucking Instagram, wasn't no
Yo,
TikTok,
yo.
wasn't no Twitter.
When I
This
think
was
of when we think about it, because think about it now, Angelie, a lot of us, we got our start on, we had that what is it, that American dream story. You a person who got a dream, and then people see you go from whatever, and we see it all the time. People start off on a show, then they go here, and then they eventually become something. You win America's Next Top Model, you become a model. You on the circle, and you become an influencer. Yo, I just thought about it. Babs, y'all gonna have to correct me if I am wrong, but I'm gonna make a big assertion. Dare I say that Babs and the band were like the first,
The
or some of the
first
first?
all black reality TV show. We was the first all black reality TV show.
on a
We were.
mainstream network.
That speak on it, but
On a
also too,
mainstream
like
network.
my brain wanted to say like some of the first influences. I don't know if I can go. I don't know if I can go and say that, but y'all definitely were some of the first people in pop culture who we saw people who were deemed regular people go from being regular to now being
Famous.
stars. Like some of the
Mhm.
first people we saw. Babs, you are history, girl.
Listen, hello. Listen, man. I stood online. 40,000 people auditioned for my season of Making a Band, and 6 got picked. And out of 40,000, I was one of them 6. Okay. All right. I walked in there with my own bars. I wasn't spitting nobody else's rhymes. It was all my pen. That was my pen. Holding down Brooklyn, barking on niggas.
I hit that bomb on cue, real cute.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Anything else about Diddy before we move on from Diddy?
We got a few more weeks to get this trial over with to see the outcome. I know people, it's a lot to come because I just can't imagine if we got this out in week 1. Yo, these bugs, the way they fling into this ring light right now is crazy.
I'm finna get you out of there. Side note, when you was in the back, Babs, I saw you run off camera. I just want to let you know I saw it.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Y'all, who was the bodyguard that they got? Is a bodyguard that
Gene
used to be.
Deal.
What's his name?
It's a Gene Deal.
Gene Dill.
Gene Deal. I was
Gene Deal
watching.
be telling it too.
Listen, is he on the list to testify? Because I was watching this TikTok, Secret Service Sam. He been at the trial. And he randomly, Gene Deal was outside of the courtroom after everything ended, and he got like a little interview with him and was like asking him, it's on TikTok if y'all want to go and watch it, Secret Service Sam. And he asked Gene Deal, what do you think about the testimony so far? What do you think about Cassie testifying? And what do you think about Dawn testifying? And Gene was basically like, he was trying to keep it, like cute, but he was like, I'm glad that people are finally speaking out and, believe them, believe what they saying. He was just saying stuff like that. So I just wonder if he's going to get called to the witness stand. I would assume so, since he was there, right? Because he was there when Cassie and Diddy were together. So I'm assuming that why wouldn't they call him? I'm sure he's seen some shit.
I mean, we'll see, because he outside the courtroom doing interviews and all that right now, trying to run his numbers up on his channel. Shout out to Gene, okay? He said, y'all not gonna get all this Diddy money, okay? I've been outside with this Diddy stuff. This is my money.
Let me get my coin.
Let me go get my coin. So he went to the court building with his team, and he was like, I'm here. Run me up.
Gene Deal is funny to me. Like when he be telling the stories, I just be laughing because I was like, nigga, this big nigga. Jesus. To wrap up with Diddy, I don't think Diddy's gonna go down as bad as people thought he was.
I don't think so either.
I don't think he's gonna get the R. Kelly treatment where like you throwing away, lock the key, we ain't gonna never see you again. I don't see that happening.
I think with R. Kelly, it was because the stuff that happened so many years ago with the child.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that kind of like, not kind of, but it definitely changes a lot of things when you mixing in kids.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, it's going down. New York City, y'all already know it's lit outside. The Knicks is winning.
Knicks in 6.
The Diddy is on trial. The trial has started. The speedy trial has begun. New York City, y'all already know what it is.
Bitch. Another person in jail right fast. Everybody, y'all got to pray for Tory Lanez because he going through it, okay? Tory Lanez, they got cut up in there. We got to pray for him. They say Kelsey or the bodyguard is saying Kelsey did it. We got to pray for it. Megan is back talking about it. We got to pray for it. I am so sick of hearing about Tory Lanez. I just want a period to arrive to this whole conversation. Like I want it to stop. Like, can we just stop?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Can we stop?
Well, this is the thing that I'm talking about. When women are saying what happened to them, right? Being victimized, being abused, being shot, and then here come people, negating their experience and talking about free Tory, free Tory. No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay, he is exactly where he needs to be. Okay, you got a kid at home. You mean to tell me that, like, after you get stabbed up, there's a press conference and they saying, oh, we got new information. Well, Kelsey really shot, blah, 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 blah. Kelsey really? So you mean to tell me you left your family outside to protect somebody else? Like, it's not making sense. It don't make sense to me, because what? Don't say this for the court of public opinion. If this is what you say happened, you need to go with the courts, refile, do what you need to do if that's what happened. Do I believe that happened? No, absolutely not. Do I believe that he shot Meg Thee Stallion? Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Isn't he on like the phone admitting it, like to her, like
And
apologizing to her about it?
It's recorded phone calls. Like, come on, like. There was like a recorded call between him and Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, people just need to really take out the fact that, you dislike Meg Thee Stallion because you're part of a certain fan base, or, you're a fan of Tory. This fandom makes people blind to the facts and makes people blind to, the truth. I mean, I wasn't there. I can't say, but I do got common sense. You know what I'm saying? He's in jail. He's in prison right now doing time. What is he doing time for?
Pulling the trigger.
Like, come on. Like, people gotta... Child, common sense ain't so common.
With your life and your career on the line, why are you waiting until the gavel bangs to be like, oh, this is what really happened?
Yes! Right. That's what
I'm glad I'm not in these streets no more, and I'm a civilian, because I'm snitching on everything. I'm coming home to my kid. I done did my bid with no snitching, okay? I did enough of that already, all right? I'm not in the streets no more. I am here to say I am a civilian. And if you pop me, I'm telling you.
Then it was the conspiracy theory. They like, Meg sent the guy to stab him up. Really? Listen, she out here doing what she doing. She out here, she got the tequila line going, her career. She out here slaying these shoots. She out here making her music. She ain't thinking about what he got going on in prison, on the prison yard. She ain't thinking about that. And it's just he where he needs to be. He where he needs to be. And all these these men talking about, Drake talking about free Tory, and I guess it's like some politician out in California that's jumping on this bandwagon. Free Tory. What are we freeing him for?
They say bros before hoes. You already know how that go.
Like Drake, what you got against Meg Thee Stallion? What you got against her?
Drake?
Did Drake? Did she turn you down? You know what I'm saying? Because men be in their feelings. When men feel rejected, they don't take rejection well. So, I mean, did she turn you down? And now, you on this free Tory train and, like, this shit is corny. And it's whack.
It is really corny.
It's whack.
And before we go, I just want to say shout out to Shannon Sharp, who gets to chill for a little bit, because nobody's paying him any mind right now because of the Diddy situation. And then Tory got poked up, so that was number 2. And so Shannon is in the clear. I know he like, whoo, damn, I'm glad that trial started. So shout out to you who get to chill for a moment, because nobody's stressing you right now about your situation.
He like, oof, Lord, don't worry, Shannon. We're gonna be on your ass in a few weeks.
We back on your ass next week.
We're gonna be back on your ass like white on rice in a few weeks. Trust and believe. when this Diddy shit boil over, you know, we on your ass because we ain't forget about you.
Nah, I'm gonna say this also too before we get out of here. I know personally a lot of people. Y'all niggas better clean this shit up because they're using this racketeering shit to get y'all. A lot of y'all niggas better clean this up.
I want to know what the Diddy list look like. You know, they talk about that Jeffrey Epstein list. You know, Jeffrey Epstein had that list.
Ooh, I know that Diddy list is something insane.
I want to see the Diddy list.
And you know what? A lot of times people be hoping and wishing and praying to be in spaces and be involved with people and have opportunities and stuff like that. And never considering the fact that God or whoever you pray to may be protecting you from some craziness.
Some crazy shit.
It would have been amazing. And I'm just coming up with a scenario. I'm pretty sure Dominique really wanted to make the band. Dominique would have loved to make the band, but I bet Dominique, Malika, all them is sitting at home happy that they did not go further and was a part of anything else to be caught up in all of this. I was watching Dawn walk into that courtroom and the amount of people around her saying things. I was like, this woman has to go in a courtroom before all these people, including this man, and dig into trauma. And y'all as humans are outside carrying on this way.
Yeah.
And this is one person who has to take all of this on.
I'm sure it was hard for her. I'm
not even walking in the courtroom without a mask on. Okay, I'm gonna get one of them realistic looking masks, and I'm gonna put it over. You know, the whole thing you slide over your head like you in the movies, and then you just look like
the Purge.
Yeah, you look like I would have looked like just somebody else, not myself, and they wouldn't have knew who I was because they violating on right now. Her walking down the street, they asking her, did she see Diddy thing? How big is it? And all kinds of stuff. Like, was you at the pre-course? How was it? These are the questions they asking her while she walking down the street with her lawyer. Crazy.
Does this make Diddy gay? Or gay adjacent?
No, I've never, let me make this clear. I have always said when people would question, because people have questioned me over the years, yo, what's up with Diddy? He gay? I'd be like, I've never gotten that from him. Never.
But what about
gay?
the nut on the nipple?
Like gay? Like I only like men? No.
Oh no.
Didn't Superhead say in her book that she thought he was gay?
But can we say we have heard enough testimony enough to say that there is some type of sexual attraction or interest that he has with men? No,
most of these dudes these dudes out here are either gay or bi. Like the straight man is the minority right now. You are not the majority, honey. So ladies, okay, let me tell y'all what's going on in these streets, honey. Cause y'all don't be wanting to believe it. You know, when they wave the straight flag, they don't want to believe. And I just be like, girl, it goes down.
I always be weary of men who are straight, right? But then they always like talk so much shit about the gay community, like gay men in particular. Like they are trying to prove their straightness. Like I'm always weary about that because I'm like, if you're comfortable in your sexuality and who you are, there's no need for you to gay bash or, to be like just disrespectful to gay men or to try to prove that you're straight. Because it make me look at you like, what are you trying to prove, first of all? And if you're really comfortable with who you say you are, there's no need to bash anybody else to try to prove your manliness or your manhood, like.
I walk in the door thinking everybody's bi. You got to prove me otherwise. And that's just it. I'm not judging you. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. So, that's why even for me, I be so free with women. And then I be able to gauge. I'm like, yeah, she she don't even play around. You know what I mean? But like,
Play around.
yeah, she don't even play around. But for the most part, that's how I'm walking in. Never disrespectful, but I'm just assuming you either lesbian, gay, or bi.
Do
That's what
y'all
I'm
think?
assuming off the rip.
I be assuming everybody's straight.
Not me.
Do y'all think so? Like I
Oh,
be
and
like
it's a
I.
lot of curious people out there
Oh,
waiting
it's
for.
a lot of curious people.
Mm-hmm. A
Do
lot
y'all
of curies. We call them curos, okay?
not
Curos.
Kuros?
Not
Kuro,
Kiro.
Kuro. Come on, kiddo. Do y'all think that like that men, that straight men be like, when they see another guy who's attractive, do you think they'd be like, oh yeah, he nice looking, or because I know for me, I know for me when I see like a woman, I be like, damn, she pretty or she bad, she fine as hell, you know, like. But do men do that? Like, do the straight men do that?
They do. Okay. I'm glad you brought that up. So, somebody that I know have felt the way because her boyfriend called another man pretty. And she said that was suspect to her. And I said, why is that suspect? And I said, I said, if he says it in a negative way, it's okay. Because straight men, they be like, oh, that pretty boy ass nigga, that pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? And I said, you've heard that before, right? She said, yeah. I said, regardless of what, he's still calling him pretty. But it's going over your head because of the tone he's saying it, or he's putting nigga behind it. Oh, pretty boy ass nigga, I press that. He making it seem like he got a problem with him being pretty, but
Mm.
still acknowledging that he's pretty. And that's going over your head. But when he just in a positive way, it might have, I don't know most men that call other men pretty, like straight men, but I'm still not gonna think, oh, you gay because you thought another man was pretty, but I won't think you gay when you calling him a pretty boy ass nigga. I don't know. It's still the same. You still acknowledging their looks, and that's just how I see it.
I have experienced countless times in my career as Oliver Twix, straight men from burner profiles leaving comments on some of my videos on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. And I'm pretty sure because every time I see him, I screenshot him because of people having conversations like this and feeling like this, where there are straight men who are like, literally on the video I posted with my grandparents hugging them in front of our house, there was it was a straight guy. He was like, I'm a straight guy, but he said in the comment he said, I'm a straight guy, but he has a nice body. There was another comment I'll never forget on one of my YouTube videos talking about Top Model, and it was a comment from a burner page. He was like, I'm a straight guy, but there's something so womanly about Oliver, and he went to describe, about like how I move my hands and stuff like that and whatnot. I say that to say there are a lot of straight men who may not necessarily be attracted to the guy to the extent to do something with him, but because the guy embodies a physical or some sort of quality that they like, they compliment and be like, oh, he's pretty, or he got a nice body, or whatever.
Mhm.
I've had straight guys compliment me recently on my nails. That, oh my God, your hands look nice. I like your nails. I don't think they trying to do something with me. At least I don't think so.
That's not straight.
Oh.
It's absolutely not straight. I'm sorry. It's not.
That's quality.
Nope.
Let me pick up my straight brothers.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Oh, I hear you now.
I said, let me take up for my straight brothers.
Your brothers, that's different. Your bio brothers, your biological brothers.
Okay, so what of me as a gay guy? Like I said, ooh, Babs, you look so good tonight. I
That's
ain't trying to.
different.
How?
That's different. Because I could say that to you too. I could say, "Oh, Oliver, you look mad good." I could be
That
like,
don't
"Damn,
mean you want
Oliver,
none of
that
my
ass."
oomph or
I'd
nook.
be like, "Ooh, that ass sitting and snap it." Bow. That don't mean I want to. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what I'm saying.
no, but I'm not straight.
But that don't mean you like me just because you compliment me.
But I'm not straight. Straight men are not gonna tell you you got nice hands when you got tips on your hands
But
and be
straight
like,
guys have told me
oh,
I have nice hands.
yeah, no. The
Dang.
only way I could see another straight man telling another man that if somebody they give him a pound, they like, damn, nigga, you're smooth, but they still gonna try to crack it like they're gonna try to crack a joke about it instead of just saying you got nice hands. You got smooth hands. They'd be like, damn, but your smooth ass hands. God, nigga, what kind of lotion you be using?
I mean,
And they'll
they didn't
try to
hold my
crack a
hand and
joke.
look me in my eyes.
He looked you in your eyes and told you you had
No,
nice
I say
hands.
he did not look me in my eyes. I mean, he
Because
looked
he
me in my
ain't want,
eyes,
you know
but
why he didn't too. You know exactly why he ain't looked you in your eyes.
I do believe
Bab's
uh,
saying that he gay.
I do believe straight men can give another man compliments and not be gay. I do believe that. And the compliments can range from you look pretty, you look nice, to saying you got nice hands or you got a nice butt.
Your friend, not no stranger. No stranger of straight men that don't know you from a hole in the wall is gonna come up to you and compliment you on your ass and your nails. He's not straight.
But I'm referring to like the comments I've gotten on social media where there's straight men saying I'm a straight guy, but I have to admit
The
this he
fact
does.
that he even starting it off with "I'm a straight guy" let you know it's a lie. You lie like a rug, okay? You lie like Persians, okay? What are you talking about?
I love y'all. Oh my god, that is the bell, everybody. This was fun.
Not you ringing the bell talking about, oh my God, that was the bell, everybody. Like,
I did
Do it
miss
every
you guys.
time.
I'm
you
happy
ain't
we
ring the
got to go
bell.
live tonight.
Listen, I want to read this comment. They said, not y'all coming back up on here like y'all didn't disappear from us for mad long. Y'all better be consistent, like one every 2 weeks. Please, I need this trio. I was telling
Period.
Babs on the phone, I was on the cruise, the Virgin Cruise, and somebody came up to me and was like, so when are y'all going back live again? And I was like,
Yeah,
oh
and
my
somebody
God.
came up to me and said the same thing. Like, yo, what's going on? When you going back on the show? Yeah.
Ain't nobody come up to me and say
They
shit
asked
because
me
I
when
be
I
at
was
work
getting
all
back in
fucking
the
Because
day.
you be at
class.
work, Andrew. You be getting to the money. Yes.
Oh,
We're gonna
real quick before we go, I just want to tell the people I just came on board and I'm working on this show called What Would You Do for Love, aka Love on the Line. That's the show. And it's people that's competing for love. So if you're single and you looking for somebody, man, woman, trans, holla at me and you could possibly get picked for the show. You know what I'm saying? If and it's two people that will be competing for your love. If you're a man and you want a woman, it'll be two women. If you're a woman and you want a man, it'll be two men. And vice versa. If you want a man and you want men, it'll be two men. Okay, you want a woman, it'll be two women. Okay, so holla at me. Love on the line. It's going down.
Period.
Dang, congratulations.
Yes,
Thank
congratulations.
you.
Yes.
What you got going on, Angelie?
I can't discuss.
But you have things going on
Yes.
in the realm of television.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's right.
Yeah, you see, she got a whole new. You look real happy over there, girl. I'm gonna have to call you. I can't even talk to you
Oh
on
my
this
God.
live. It's
Girl,
some
listen.
things going down.
You missed the beginning of this of the live. I was talking about some serious shit. Because I've been working a lot because the 514 remembrance just passed where the racist white guy killed 10 black people here and injured 3 others. So I was working on a piece for the station I work for, and I was talking to the son of one of the victims that was killed. So it's been a little stressful. So thank you for saying I look happy because I've been trying to work through it because
So
it's
that
been a
just
lot.
means you don't look how you feel, baby. Okay, and that's a good thing. All right.
I love
Okay,
y'all.
listen. Oh wait, let me say something before we go, real quick. Right about how we don't be consistent. That don't motherfucking be me. That be this motherfucker in the middle.
Yo, did she just do that? Yo.
Shit, for real.
I'm the drama.
Trial, dude. She a gangster. She busted
I'm the
shots
drama.
and everything.
Oliver
Is it my fault? Is it really my fault? Honestly,
yeah, because you yeah.
What I be doing? Tell
I
me.
mean, I can't knock it because you be busy, you be doing shit. We all be busy, we all be doing stuff. But like, you be fucking You be the one. We need to do that. We need to do this. We need to be more consistent. And then your ass be fucking MIA for like 2-3 fucking weeks. What the fuck? The fuck? And then
I blame Babs.
hold on, wait
you
a
blaming
minute.
me? I blame
He be
Babs.
with his stud girlfriend.
And
You
then
know his stud girlfriend. He be with his stud
Sasha.
girlfriend all the time.
Yup. Be too busy making content with Sasha. Yes. No, shout out Sasha. I love Sasha. But listen. But then this what no. Don't do that. This is what Oliver be doing. So Oliver texts the day of, right? Ain't heard from Oliver in like a week.
Ain't been to work. Ain't called nobody.
Okay, ain't called nobody. Then text him out. I want to go live. I want to go live today at noon. What? Nigga, I just got the fuck off of work. It's 8:30 in the fucking morning. I just got the fuck off of work.
Well, not you cussing.
Told you she is stubbed out tonight, honey.
and Oliver talk about, let's go live at noon. I got to get some sleep, baby. Like, some of us got it ain't a 9 to 5, but some of us clock in 40 hours a week, okay? Like,
I receive it. I'll take it.
Let's get it. All right, y'all.
I still love you though.
So what's the solution? You just want me to do better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll do better. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to. I'm gonna try.
Oh.
No, I really am. Y'all know. Now, y'all shit be going on. Shit just
It's
be
a
going
lot
on.
trying to get everybody's schedules together. I'm just
And y'all superstars. You know what I'm saying? Babs be on the phone doing readings and meetings. And Babs be having stuff. And Angelie, you be getting to the money. Okay?
You be out here too though. Y'all both be out here. Both y'all schedules be.
Oh, what's going on, little man? We finna get out of here. Listen, I love you ladies so much.
I love y'all too. All right,
yeah,
I'll see y'all next month.
Too.
See y'all in 2 months. See y'all in July at the end of Diddy trial.
We'll be back way before that.
We will be. But you know what? Honestly, so I can't show you right now, but I've created a mobile setup now to where I bought. You see, my webcam camera is different; it's a better quality, and then
your microphone.
I have a microphone that works that I can travel with, and then I have a light. So there's no reason why. A lot of the issue was I didn't have my full setup, and then trying to recreate one every time I travel somewhere, it just would get on my nerves. So in order to not be a bullshitter, I said, let me get a mobile setup. Hence, we're live today.
Let's go. I need a mobile setup too. I'm gonna call you so you can tell me what to get.
No, I got you. And it's I'll show you what I got. It's real simple what I got. Like it fits in my purse, honestly. Like, and I be on the go. I love you guys so much. It was so much fun. Shout out to thank you so much again to
We'll do
Angelie.
it again. Not too soon though, because
No, we're gonna do it soon. No, we're doing it tomorrow. Y'all come on. Since y'all so ready, come on.
Ooh, child, hold on.
I'm playing. But no, Angelie, thank you so much for coming on with me. Babs, I love you so much as well. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And
I love y'all.
You guys out there. Listen, we had over 200 people watching us tonight.
Hey, shout out to the 200 gang. Y'all already know the vibe. Bass Bunny, the girl, First Lady of the Street. Brooklyn is in the motherfucking building. Y'all already know how I do it. Gang, Libra gang all the time. Y'all already know.
You know what I'm saying? You already know. Well, I can't. Dang, my grandparents. They in the room. I can't even show out like that. Dang it. I'm in Lauderdale.
Hey.
954 Lauderdale. You know what I'm saying? Slip and slide.
Ooh, come on. Was it Broward County?
Broward,
954.
yes. Lauderdale.
Ooh,
There you
Lauderdale, ho.
go.
Lauderdale, ho. And
Listen, guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Jump down in the comment section and let us know what you guys thought about the things we covered here on this live tonight, and we will join in on the conversation. I love you guys so much. Be safe. Continue to be kind to yourself and one another out there. And until next time, my friends, be sure to pray and Kegel.
Kegel.
Need to tell Diddy. Is Diddy praying and Kegeling?
I hope so. If not, I'm gonna do it for him.
He Kegeling the Boochie Cat.
Y'all think Diddy having freak offs in the prison?
Listen, you never know. He is the the best party thrower there is.
Bitch. It's going down in cell block 4.
Ooh, CB4.
I think Diddy might be the richest man incarcerated today in the United States of America. Ooh. I gotta look that up, but I think he is.
That's crazy. All that money and you still not free.
Nope.
Until next time, my friends, be sure to pray and Kegel. Thank y'all so much. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.